It's better to die like a lion than to be slaughtered like sheep. And this terrorist coward deserved what he got. And the PC crowd needs to recognize terrorism for what it is.
The father of one of the Americans who stopped the terror attack knows we're fighting Islamic extremists, but in the past, this is what the president has said.
We are not at war with Islam. We are at war with people who have perverted Islam.
Now, Jonathan, the father said it. Why won't the White House say it?
Well, what does the White House say, Eric? Violent extremists, or they talk about terrorists. Well, read between the lines here. Who are we talking about? Militant Islamists. Their ideology has been at war with America since the late 1970s. And just look to the recent history. I mean, this attack, the Boston Marathon bombing, the cartoon Garland attack just a couple of months ago, the Little Rock recruiting murder, the Manhattan bomb plots. Militant Islam is at the heart of all of them, but yet our own elected officials can't seem to get it out of their mouths.
Why is that, Juan? Why is it? Why can't the White House or any of the officials in the White House say radical Islam? They just can't put those two words together for some reason.
I think you delight in this subject, Eric, because there's no rational basis for saying, oh, this wouldn't have happened if the White House had said it's radical, militant Islamic terrorism. No, look.
What is it?
The reality is that you have got to understand there's a larger issue here with not wanting the United States to be put in a position with battling everybody who's a Muslim in the wide world. And it's important that the president
so
say
don't say the words because we might take them.
The Islamic extremists.
So don't say. I'll bring it to Michelle. Michelle, don't say them because it might make them madder and they won't want to kill us so much.
Oh,
well,
gosh.
I think by not saying what it is, you're stifling debate. They have tried so hard to downplay Muslim extremism that now they just think it's violent extremism. What I don't understand is why is it okay to always criticize Christianity, make fun of Christianity? Why is it okay that we have a very crass Broadway show making fun of Mormonism?
Jessica, the war of words is insane. Let's call it what it is. It's radical. It's terrorism, radical terrorism, and they're Islamic. Why can't we say it?
Well, we can't say it, or the president, I feel, thinks that we can't say it because it will look like he's, painting with a broad brush, and he's saying that all Muslims are extreme, which is not the case as Juan says. No, but I'm saying what I think that he thinks.
All Muslims are radical extremists. It's the ones that want to kill people.
I'm saying that I believe that is his motivation for not saying it. He is well aware of who the enemy is here. I know that we like to, run this narrative that he has no idea. You know where we're sending, where we're having airstrikes.
I'm sure he knows. I'm sure he knows who the enemy is. Let me bring Wayne. He knows who the enemy is. He just doesn't want to call it in fear of ticking them off more. I don't know. I think they're pretty ticked off at us anyway. We might as well call them what they are.
I think it's much ado about nothing. What difference does it make what you call them? I mean, a guy's a murderer is a murderer. A guy who's a killer is a killer. A guy who's a radical Muslim is a radical Muslim. What difference does it make what the hell you call them?
Well,
I mean, it's much ado about nothing.
Go ahead, John.
It's important to know what the root cause is, though. We don't have problems with Christians and Mormons. We have a problem with Muslim extremism.
Go ahead, John.
It's only CARE and Juan Williams that keep saying that we're talking about all Muslims. We're talking about militant Islam.
No, you just heard it.
Yes.
Michelle just said.
The problem, let me just say one thing, Juan. The problem isn't even
extremists. I think there is a common denominator.
No one's talking about Muslims writ large except for one.
Guys, let me just clarify. Michelle said extremists. She didn't say all Muslims, Juan, okay?
And let me say one thing, Eric. I just don't think it's the president's or the elected officials' problem. I think it's a lot of Americans' problem as well. Just think back to the Garland, the cartoon attack. A lot of people said, well, they shouldn't be drawing Muhammad. They should be more sensitive to Islam. To Michelle's point, America is about free speech. And if you can't even, speak freely about the dangers of militant Islam, that free speech is dead.
We talk about it all the time.
Got to go. Coming up. Think that Donald doesn't like illegal immigration? Wait until he hears this. Mexico is now warning the U.S. not to deny birth certificates to children of illegals born here in the U.S. This is going to make your head explode.